Thanks for being here. We're off to the races in 3, 2, 1.
Although some of these exercises apparently bear little relationship to the fluid ballet movements, the school uses yoga for learning to control the body, discipline the mind, and assist concentration. Besides the obvious physical benefits, like restoring suppleness to stiff joints.
That boy is as worthless as a chocolate teapot.
The Morning Stream. Off, hairball.
Hello and welcome to TMS. It's the Morning Stream for October 23rd, 2024. Tomorrow we get a 24/24.
I know, that'll be exciting.
Yeah, we always like to
in
do those.
In the UK or in places that flip around the date and the month, and it'll be a 24/10/24.
Ooh, like that's not quite a, what do you call it?
It's not palindromic, no.
No, but it's nice. It got a little 10 in the middle, just sitting there, hanging out.
It's verbally palindromic,
yeah,
but not visually palindromic.
Yeah. So
palindromic?
Dromic? I don't know. Who
Probably
knows?
dromic, palindromic, yeah.
Someone will write in and tell us we're wrong. It's fine. Anyway, hey, we're here. We got a show to do, and it's Scott and it's Brian. And Brian, I hope your night was good. You know, I hope you slept well.
You know, I slept a lot better last night than I did the night before, and yeah, it was good.
I was in the mountains with Ukrainians, and before you go, well, that's some reflection of the current war with Russia. No, they were, for some reason, a Ukrainian game developer took us up to a mountain cabin, and there were lakes and fishing and all this kind of thing, and we had to be barefoot for no good reason. So we're all walking, sloshing around in water and crusty dirt and all that up in the mountains. And by the time I was going to finally get the big game reveal, which is what we were all hiking toward, the dream ended and my alarm went off.
Oh no! You never even got to see the game.
No, I don't know what happened, but lots
Your
of frog
dream
cancers
is still
were
in
there.
beta, apparently.
Yeah, maybe even alpha. They lied to us.
Alpha, yeah, closed alpha.
You were in it. Dunaway was in it. Let's see, who else did I see?
Andy M, you were in it.
I think Veronica was in it. There was a bunch of like frog pant adjacent or directly connected people, but none of you said anything. It was like, I didn't either. Everybody's really quiet in this dream, except the Ukrainians are like, we are going to show you a game. We must hike up 2 miles before we can show you game. It was like that.
Oh, I never got a script, so that's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah. I mean, you were in the
didn't
dream.
have script approval.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't have an explanation for it, but there it was.
That's funny. Hey, you know what I did yesterday before we even get to our top topics here? I've got those 3 skeletons. You don't see it behind me anymore. I bought those 3 skeletons from Walgreens, and now they are in the front yard. One of them is mowing the other one, while the third one is standing off to the side, like with their hand, like with their mouth open and their hand out, like stop.
Oh, I want to see it. Do you have a pic of this yet?
I don't have a picture of it right now. I will take a picture of it and I'll put in Tadpolly TMS chatter.
That's awesome. You talked about it yesterday, and I was like, oh, sweet. And I can't wait to see it. Now it's up. It's up there. Woo!
It came out great. And I only really had to, just the one yelling stop is the only one that I had to use tent stakes and rope to stabilize. The other one, like I have him tied to the lawnmower. He's perfectly stable, and of course the one laying down under the lawnmower, perfectly stable. But the stop right there one is the one that I had to stabilize.
My favorite skeletons of recent memory are the 2 in that documentary for Casa Bonita where they're talking back and forth.
Yes.
They're so good.
Oh, there is so much. Like we sat there for a long time and listened to their patter for it's because it's so many different things and it goes for a while and it's clearly, hey, I don't know about you, but I sure like me some taquitos. It's like it's clearly
Yeah, you can tell it's those guys, right? But it's great that they kept most of it and just kept putting it on repeat. Like it's amazing.
Yes.
Like variety is what you want with a thing like that. And when you start to hear things repeat, you're like, oh, okay.
Then it gets to be a little bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
But sadly, no animatronic. Welcome to Casa Bonita. I hope you try our lovely taco salad.
Hello, partner. You look hungry. Go this way.
Exactly.
You guys need to see that doc if you haven't. It's so good. I recommended that to like 10 real life people that I know.
Yeah.
Like my kids. I talked to my buddy Mark yesterday at lunch, told him to watch it.
It's
really
so good. It's just so, it is, It has everything. It has joy, sadness. It's everything you want in a documentary.
Yeah. What else do you want? Joy and sadness. That's what I want.
Casa Bonita Mia Moore, by the way. It's not on shitoutofluck.com.
No, it's up on the not Peacock, Paramount.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah, Paramount Plus. Check it out. Available now.
The worst of the pluses.
Yeah, all the pluses. Of all the pluses, well, what do I hate of all the pluses the most? Actually, you know what? It might be early on. I didn't like Paramount Plus, but I actually kind of like it now. It's got a lot of stuff.
Do you like it now? Okay.
Yeah, better than it was. It's got a better player now. Like the TV player's better. They upgraded that. I don't know what it's hard for me to pick the worst, currently the worst performing. I don't mean the content. Like, forget about the content for a second.
Yeah.
But like the worst app for one of these
worst
things.
Interface.
Yeah. Probably. I think Prime's kind of bad. I like the content.
Prime is pretty bad. I have a hard time with Hulu because we've got the Hulu with live TV and ESPN and Disney, right? We got the bundle, and because of that, it just makes the Hulu app. They need to figure out how to organize things better, because I don't care what's live on TV right now. I'm not going to join an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives currently halfway in progress.
Yeah.
So don't make that the second row of my here's what's on.
Good point. It's not very good at knowing who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that any of these are perfect at that, but like FilmSac's all jacked up because of what we do. Netflix is all jacked up from FilmSac. Still to this day, there's no resetting my algorithm over there. It's all effed up.
No. But I have a FilmSac account on Netflix, so that when I do watch something for FilmSac, I watch it with that account, so I don't get recommendations for, I hear you like Mark Singer movies. Here's a bunch of them.
Oh my gosh, Mark Singer, what a pull. Beastmaster, that's perfect.
Beastmaster, exactly, because that's what it comes up as.
Yeah, I have a lot of that, and it's more now to just torture the family, because when they're in my account, they're like, what is this stuff? And I'm like, yeah, that's right, FilmSac, baby, eat it. But anyway, my point was, I was going to make a point about that. My point was that, Hulu's all on Disney for me now. So people might say, whoa, it's just convenient because it's all there. Well, that's part of it. But part of it is I love logging into a service where it will say Mickey's Adventure House right next to the hardest R horror movie.
Right. Terrifier 3.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
All with a Disney logo up top. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I feel like I've hacked the system when I see that. It's amazing. All right, Jana
Would
Pride.
you like to watch Agatha All Along or the Girlfriend Experience?
Exactly.
Your choice, whichever one you want.
Yeah, it's a weird juxtaposition on that thing. But Jana Pride wrote in. This is a regular listener to the show. She has this to say. It came in the form of an email. I'll just play or voicemail. I'll just play it.
Hey guys, this is for TMS. This is Jana Pride. I was just listening to whatever date Thursday's show was. And you're talking about dolphins in your tuna, Brian. And you said that you can't do a dolphin. Are you seriously telling me that somebody who loves Hudson Hawk as much as I do, if not more, didn't learn how to do a dolphin impersonation from Andy McDowell? Son.
Okay. She cut out the end. I don't know what she said at the end, but
no, she's absolutely right. I mean, it's Jana, I'm glad that you love Hudson Hawk as much as I do, by the way. That's awesome.
Yeah. Makes two of
I
you.
can't. Listeners to FilmSac would know that there's a certain vocal range that I can occupy, and there's a certain vocal range I can't even touch. And that Andy McDowell dolphin impersonation is part of that. That goes for the Daryl Hannah Splash Mermaid impersonation as well.
Oh, where she goes, that thing with the
exactly.
Oh yes. Yeah, I remember thinking that would be a cool thing to know how to do. I'm too low too. I can't go that high.
Yeah,
I can scream kind of high, but I have to be scared to do it. So forget it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jana Pride. May your Pride and Jana. I assume it's a Jana Proudmore reference. I actually don't know that. And maybe we've talked about this, but if it isn't, well, you'll correct us, and I can't wait to hear.
And if you need a ref for your roller derby games, man, you cannot do better than Jana Pride. We got such a great package of stuff from her with like a signed little promo sheet, and that was great.
Yeah, she's awesome. We love her.
She is awesome. Yes.
Dolphins aside, let's move to this one. This is an email.
Sure.
The subject was
dolphins to polar bears.
Yeah, dolphins to polar bears. Of course, kind of across the mammal spectrum, a mammalian spectrum. But it says, why is everyone hung up on the polar bear on Lost? This is from Evan. He says, seriously, why are you guys so hung up on the polar bear? It was brought there to be experimented on by the Dharma Initiative and was shot by Sawyer. The show has a lot of problems and unanswered questions, but this isn't one of them, he says, with an exclamation point. I guess so.
No, it's true. It's just low-hanging fruit. It's like, the smoke monster explained a lot of the things about the shaking trees, in the first night that they were there on the island and that sort of thing. I guess it took them releasing the DVD and adding a little bonus segment to explain where all the food kept coming from. That's that was one of the last things to get explained, is like, where are all these food drops coming from?
Yeah, they're all getting to eat somehow. The thing that's different about it and say the show From is that it's not clear that someone's controlling this, but on Lost it always felt like that was clear.
Yeah, that it was right. It was the Dharma Initiative, because they found those once they found the stations. Once they found that first station, the Swan. Yeah. Was the Swan the first one?
I think so. Yeah, the one that Locke pounded on in the rain or whatever.
Exactly, that Desmond was living in.
Amazing end to that season, though, by the way.
It really is, right? Like, he's just pounding on it, and he's like, God, let me in this thing. And then it lights up, and he's like, like such a great ending.
It's an amazing end to a season. I hated waiting for that resolution the next year.
Oh, my God. And then the next year opens with Your Own Kind of Music by the Mamas and the Papas, or whatever, Mama Cass. And you're like, well, is this a flashback? What's going on here? Because it's like somebody making breakfast and then doing their exercise, and then you find out, oh, that's Desmond in the hatch. And he hears Locke pounding on it. It's such a great opening to the second season. Oh my God.
He was hanging out with Mr. Krabs in there, right? If I remember
for a while, yeah, until Mr. Krabs confessed that there's no poison gas outside, that you don't need to wear a suit,
right,
a hazmat suit to get out.
I forgot there was that whole thing where he thought he was being saved from whatever was outside the whole time.
Right.
What a twisted thing that show was.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. I loved it. Well, all right. Anyway. Thank you, Evan. You're right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Evan. It's just, the polar bear is just a fun, low-hanging fruit thing to pick on. And believe me, no one loves that show more than me. No one loves that show more than me. But I'm going to make some fries. It's just easy to pick on that thing, because to pick on one of the other unexplained mysteries, you have to do a lot more explanation.
Yeah, I mean, and I've always been of the opinion that the smoke monster is a little bit dumb and superfluous. Like, it didn't really accomplish anything serious for me. I felt like an experiment gone wrong was the idea, but I never thought that thing was cool. Like, it just seemed, ooh, a smoke monster, and then the
smoke monster is the Man in Black, is the personification of evil that is fighting Jacob for control of the island.
Yeah, but it dabbles in, like, I don't know. This is where the show starts to veer off into hoo-hoo-ha toward the end.
This is where you realize you better do another rewatch of the show, Scott, to figure out what the smoke monster really is.
I guess so. I mean, I know what it represents and I know what it is, but it's just like, is this world have, like, they were never clear. Is the world got some supernatural qualities to it, or is it all run by
dark? Good and evil are physical manifestations on the island of Jacob and the Man in Black, and it's the Man in Black is able to become the smoke monster.
Was he?
It was not Johnny Cash. No, I know what you're going to ask.
No. I was going to ask if it was which one was Titus Welliver. I don't remember which one he played.
He was the Man in Black. Yeah, Titus Welliver, and then later Locke.
Next time you see Titus Welliver, look at the way his legs are shaped. And I'm not making a judgment. It's weird.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
It's weird.
No, he is an individual that has a stance that means you cannot knock him over. Like, he is
sturdy.
That should be one of the factors of Bosch, is that Bosch, you can't knock him over.
Yeah, that guy's immovable if he's standing there. All right, one other thing real quick before we get to Tadpolly Feud. Went to lunch with my friend Mark, and we haven't seen each other in a while, probably 5 years. Yeah. We went to high school together, hung out all the time. Long history. And before going over there, I was going through some boxes, and I found some old paperbacks, particularly a copy of, I didn't bring it here. I should have. A copy of Moby Dick that I have, a paperback version. It's really thick.
That's cool.
And in that book, the reason I have it isn't because I've read Moby Dick. I haven't. Never read it. I liked it because it had thick margins. So really wide margins. Yeah. So me and Mark, back in the day, junior high through high school, would sometimes for hours, like on a Saturday afternoon, would sit on a couch and draw animated stories on these things like flip pages in the margins. And I've got stacks of these books somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Where it's just like, and it's usually stuff like little basketball guys playing or little stick man jumping off a cliff or, not much in the way of stories. But I was curious, I'm throwing it out there, if anyone else used to do this. Like I used to tell my mom, if you're going to a garage sale, find some paperbacks. I'm all out of...
I need drawing paper.
Yeah.
Find some paperbacks and make sure that they've got wide margins.
Yeah. I need thick margins, and the thicker the better because
there's a very Homer Neapolitan ice cream aspect to that,
oh,
Scott.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Like I could have gone the traditional way and just got paper and do it like everybody else did it.
Yeah, right.
But it was already bound. You could just grab it and flip it. It was like our own little portable little cartoon thing, and I loved doing those so much.
It's a little Sergio Aragones kind of quality to it for sure.
Yeah, and they were they were often violent. Like the one in Moby Dick, this guy jumps off a cliff, and the way I did it, it seemed inventive to me, but it's the world is animating, the guy's just falling, so he's holding still.
So he's staying in one place, and the world is moving up.
Yeah, cliff is going up. There's rocks on the cliff. They pass by. A stick will come out.
Nice.
But then he would get hit on the head with the stick and then flip around a bunch and then get hit by a rock, and then eventually at the bottom he'd like impale himself on a giant spike or something like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway, I just thrown that out there to see if anyone else out there had this little obsession, because man, I couldn't get enough of that shit when I was younger.
No, that's cool.
And I kept all those books. Drove my mom nuts. Mom, find me the biggest, fattest book you can find. And she'd come back with turns out dirty Harlequin romance novels. I didn't know what was in them. I didn't care. I was just, I want to do this. For all I know, there's a guy getting impaled on a spike as there's a sex scene going on. I don't know.
As a woman getting impaled.
Yeah.
On the same page.
Yeah. For all I know, I didn't read any of that.
Right. Well, good. I don't know. I think it would have been funny if some of those things related to the action going on in the book. Like if you could flip through and get a 30-second flipbook version of the novel that you could be reading.
Yeah.
It's like
clips
margins.
I had to figure out a way. I probably could film it, just mount my camera and do and just preserve them digitally or something, because these books are all pretty yellow and going away. So
the other option is to scan, and you don't want to do that, like scan each individual page, and that'd be a nightmare.
Yeah.
So
Desiree says I should show my old drawings online. Y'all don't want to see some of this stuff. It's bad. Like I was a kid who thought he was a decent artist when he wasn't.
Yeah.
And when I was in junior high school, I was like, yeah, me and my friends, we know how to draw. We're good. I look at that shit now and go, ugh.
Yeah, sure.
Ugh, brother. Ugh. Anyway, let's get to the game. We're playing a game.
Yeah, sounds good.
I like that idea a lot.
Fun is ready to be had here.
I guess I'm in the wrong. Oh, I almost called Claire and then hung up on you.
Oh, don't call Claire.
No, we're not doing that. I mean, she may be the fourth caller. I don't know. That's a different issue, but
it's true. Yeah, we have no control over who the fourth caller is.
Yeah, I just take fourth caller regardless of who you are. Let's see who we have today. Okay. Oh, our fourth. Ooh, that was fast. Our fourth person is someone I've never heard of before, so this could be interesting.
Oh, cool.
Let me just see if I can add them to the call. I'll play our little intro, and off we go. I should really log in as well. Hey, it's Brian Dunaway joining us for a little bit of the old Tadpolly Feud. Hi, Brian. How are you?
No, hi, Scott and Brian.
Hey.
Ooh, is it Wednesday already? That was fast.
It was really fast. I don't like how fast
this week
it was.
is going so fast already. Gee.
So
is it Halloween? When is Halloween? Are we going to meet before Halloween or after Halloween?
Are we going to meet? We are going to meet for Film Sack, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Film Sack this weekend.
We're Sunday, and then the Halloween is a week from Thursday, a week from tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Isn't that great? I think that's pretty great.
Is it a problem that I've already eaten all my candy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
You're diabetic now. Go talk to your doctor.
Even worse that Audra bought nothing but full-size Snickers. So even worse that there's no fun size. Yeah.
It was no fun.
Go get
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, go get an A1C test today while you're eating all that candy. We have on the line with us.
Is it normal to be this sleepy?
It is not normal. No, it's not normal at all. Sabriel, am I saying that right? Sabriel. I don't know why I did it the other way. It was fancy, like a fantasy novel. Sabriel presented the sword.
First approached the cliffs of doom with her sword drawn. And
Yep.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I want that book. It's great having you because we've never had you on before. So welcome.
No, first time. Been listening to all 26 whatever thousand episodes, and first time calling.
That's
And
awesome.
welcome.
I love that.
Where are you calling from?
I'm from Fargo, North Dakota. Don't you know?
Oh,
Yes.
the home of my favorite television series. That's fantastic.
Yes, you do like the show.
It's
And
usually
the home of the newspaper called The Forum, if I remember correctly.
That's right, the Fargo Forum.
the Fargo Forum. Really, that's great.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. And you went out there for that. Well, obviously you did because you know the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you? What was notable when you were
I don't
there?
remember a single thing about Fargo.
That's okay, gosh.
Yeah.
When you were here, probably there was so much less. The city's grown up pretty decently
Yeah.
now.
And even the movie and the TV show that bears the name is mostly in Minnesota half the time. So
Right, yeah.
For
That
good reason.
yeah, it's rarely in Fargo. Well, anyway, I'm glad to hear from you and have you here, Brian. Why don't you explain these rules and let's see if we can't win her some stuff.
So totally will do that. It's time to play the Tadpolly Feud. I've surveyed the tadpole on some nerdy topics, and Scott and Brian are going to have to predict the answers that they gave us. It is their job to see how many of those answers they can guess. Sabriel, your job is more important than ever because you're going to be working with either Scott or Brian. And if your team wins, you'll get a prize package that includes, this is cool. This is courtesy of Louis Loyo in the Tadpole, Deep Sky Derelicts and Deep Sky Derelicts New Prospects. So
I own this game. It is
both are
rad.
good.
It's very cool. Yeah.
the game and the expansion or DLC or whatever a New Prospect is.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's really good.
Fun. All right. Well, that could be yours, depending on how they do with the following question. Scott and Brian, please put your hands on your buzzers. Oh, I forgot to do a number 11 in this one. Oh, I'll do it manually. I'll do it live. And give me your best answer to this. What's the most entertaining baseball movie?
No.
Scott.
Let's go with. Did you say entertaining? Make sure I get the word right.
Yes, entertaining.
I'm going to press the button.
The
No, wait.
The Natural.
Did you say
The Natural.
entertaining?
Show me The Natural.
Oh, that's-
Number 10 answer.
Wow.
Big points,
Big
but
point.
9 answers will beat it.
I'm sure you're going to
can't-
get this, but I love that movie, so that's all I could do. I had to
All
do
I
it.
can say is Randy was yelling at the screen with Major League.
Oh,
Come on,
boo.
Scott.
It's not that entertaining. It's fine.
Show me Major League. Number 1 answer on the board.
Have
You
we
got
ever done
control.
this? Have we ever done the sandwich of 10 and 1 in the first shot?
No,
like this?
never.
Wow.
That's nice.
No, I don't know. I don't even know if you've ever gotten 10 in the opening salvo.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it's a pretty well done. So, Sabriel, you're going to be working with Brian. The two of you have a lot of ground to cover. Scott's already leading with 10 points to your 1 point. So, start naming some baseball movies.
Yeah.
How you feeling about baseball movies? You got some in your mind? I have one that I liked a lot.
Terrible about sports movies, but I still have a few baseball ones in mind. My first one that came to mind was Sandlot.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, duh.
Surprised that
Good.
wasn't number
Well,
one.
freaking
Classic.
You haven't- hope with this one you haven't run out of ideas.
Oh, we're done.
Film
All
here.
right, show me. You're killing me, Smalls. The Sandlot.
Yeah.
Number 4 answer on the
Give me some
board.
Hercules. Was it Hercules? Was that the name of the dog that Darth Vader had?
Darth
Was that-
Vader's
was it
dog? I don't
Hercules?
remember if it was Hercules, but it was a big well, they thought it was a big gnarly dog, but it was actually
Goliath,
Yes.
or what was it?
Goliath, maybe. That sounds right.
Goliath. That sounds more right.
Yeah.
That sounds more right.
That was
All right,
filmed
you
here,
got-
man. They still have that old lot, and they keep it safe, or they keep it undeveloped so that people can tour it and see it and stuff out here whenever, you know. So if you're in Utah, you're in Midvale, you can go seek out the Sandlot and find it. It's pretty
That's
great.
really cool.
Yeah.
Is
Bill
there a
Sands?
plaque or something in there that you
Oh,
know?
I don't know if there is. It's also a little bit weird because the house where James Earl Jones supposedly lives is not actually physically adjacent to the lot. So that's all made up, that part.
Wait. That's just not. That's not fact.
No. Well, I mean, the movie, look, movies are facts, so it's fine. Believe what you want to believe. You believe.
So Hercules is the name of the dog, but the kids called him the Beast, and that's
The
I think what I was
Beast.
thinking of
That's what
Goliath.
it was.
The Beast.
I like
The
Goliath.
Beast.
Goliath is good.
Yeah.
I gotta lay down for a minute because finding out he doesn't live next door to the Sandlot, I don't
I know. It's
know
a
if I can.
it's a real trick of the mind that they did there, but yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a kid laying next to the pool trying to get some CPR.
Yeah.
Woo! All right, we got any more baseball movies?
I'm realizing, even though I said I don't have any, I'm thinking of more. A League of Their Own.
Oh, that's
yeah,
perfect.
duh. Damn it.
That's such a good one. Hey, there's no crying in that.
There's no crying in the baseball. Sure. Show me A League of Their Own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good juicy.
Beloved.
Good and juicy.
Yeah, people like that one. The show was good too, by the way. The little brief series they had.
I
Never saw the TV show.
I
I
liked
need
it. It's
to.
good.
Yeah.
It's
It
good.
was good. I'm sad it got canceled, but I think it had legs and it could have gone longer. But I don't know. It's one of those smaller. It felt small and like off the radar kind of thing, but it was great.
Right.
Had that girl you like, Brian, from not girl, she's a woman. The woman you like from
Girl, you'll be a woman soon.
from Community. You love her. The,
Sounds creepy.
Allison Brie.
Alison
or,
Brie, I think Alison Brie was in that. Am I
No,
right? Am I
I do
thinking
like
of the
her.
right actress? Maybe not.
I like her, and I like Jillian Jacobs. I like them both.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're all great.
Okay.
Anyway, you guys are on a roll.
And I like
Continue.
Debbie Chase, the other girl from.
We're picking good ones, and unfortunately, that's not a lot of
and then
points.
Nicole Brown. Anyway, go ahead, please.
I got two more, and then the well's dry.
Oh, good. Do it. You got two
And
more.
they're going to
I
be
got
high
two.
ones, I think. Bad News Bears.
Oh yeah.
Oh, see, there's Randy. Randy's been yelling all morning.
That's
He
right.
loves those baseball games. apparently.
Old school.
Sure.
Yeah.
Show me those Bad News Bears.
Oh,
That is your number 11. I just forgot to put it in the
that
list.
is what
but
I
that
am
does-
talking about.
That does give you a bonus guess. Yeah.
Dang.
I
Okay.
know. What you got? What else you got?
Last one. If you build it, or the
There
quote's
you
wrong,
go.
whatever.
Yeah, if
Build
you
a
build
Dreams.
it, they will come, or I will build it and he will come. What is it? We've talked about it before.
Field of
Yeah, I've
Dreams is the
forgotten.
word you're looking for. Field of Dreams.
That's right.
Field of
Show me Field of Dreams.
Also with Darth Vader in there.
That's
Oh.
right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is is that one where people
Tie.
always get the quote wrong? Like,
Yeah.
if you build it, they will come, but really it's he will come.
Yeah. If you build
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
he
yeah.
will come was the
Just talking
whisper
about
that he heard.
shoeless or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad or whatever. Yeah. That's
Right.
such a
Art.
great, what a great freaking movie. I love
It really
Field
is.
of Dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you,
Look at you two sweeping down side one, but all those points
We're
are on
tied.
side two. At least you've tied up the score. So,
Yeah.
question or answers 5 through 9 is still available.
Now, I have one that we did. When was it? 2 years ago. I watched it on VHS. If you are out, I have one.
I'm out entirely now.
All right, perfect. Then let's go make out with Sarandon. Is it Sarandon? I think that's
Yeah.
it. Bull
Susan
Durham.
Sarandon. Yeah.
Yes. I believe in long, slow walks on the beach. I believe in Lilo and Stitch. I believe in the Spice Girls. And I believe in Bull Durham.
Yeah.
Oh,
Number
Yeah,
scared me.
8. I know
Guys
it took a while. I don't know why. I
Scared me
clicked
how
it and
long
then
it
there was a
took.
pause.
Yeah. The internet. That seems like
Now-
well, you haven't won one. You're one yet,
Oh.
but I feel real good about her chances at this point. You guys are killing
I
it.
do
Yeah,
too.
I do too.
I feel
Yeah.
pretty good. I feel pretty
Wait,
good.
wait. There's one more.
yeah.
I thought.
Got one? All right,
What-
give
I
me,
don't
give me,
remember the name of it.
give me the description.
Two guys trying to make money.
Two guys trying to make money. Brewster's Millions.
I remember maybe that. Plus, I remember making fun of my friend who liking this money.
Oh,
Oh, Moneyball.
interesting.
You're thinking of
What-
Moneyball.
Oh, Moneyball.
Moneyball.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brad Pitt and Chubby Guy from the other thing.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill. Yeah.
Show
Isn't
me
there a
the
baseball movie with money?
Moneyballs.
Something about
I don't know if
Moneyball.
this is a good answer. It's just the only thing I can think of. Is that even
Oh, yeah,
Bubba?
yeah.
Yeah, it's about baseball. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Show me your money balls.
Don't listen to that guy.
Oh my
Number
God!
5.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
Still never seen
Whoa.
Moneyball. I keep hearing I've missed out terribly by not seeing
Oh,
it.
it's good.
Impressed.
Yeah, it is really good.
Yeah, I'll have
Yeah.
to watch it. It's
All
on
right.
Netflix, I think, or Max. All right, suckers.
Now, all right, suckers. Now I'm going to get into the couple of there was a couple of kid movies besides Sandlot that never took off of baseball movies. And one of them I watched recently, but I think everybody's forgotten about it. And I keep trying to get everybody to watch it. I'll let you take the pick. Angels in the Outfield
Mhm.
or The Rookie of the Year.
Oh,
Rookie
I
of the
remember
Year, that's
Rookie
what
of
it's
the
called.
Year.
Yeah,
Had
Rookie of
that
the Year.
one kid who was in that one thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year.
Man, you fit right in with us with this that
Oh,
one
yeah,
kid in
yeah,
the
yeah.
logo.
One of us. One of us.
I swear, I do the same thing you do, Scott. It's like, dude, what was in whatever? Gal, what was
Dude, you
in?
know.
Yeah, I
You know
love
what I'm
that.
talking about.
I love doing that. It's my favorite way.
So
to
what are you
describe
choosing?
things.
What are you doing?
Let's
Which
go
one do
with
you
Rookie
think?
of the Year.
Rookie of the Year.
All right. Show
That's the one
me.
with the arm, right? The one where he's got like the shortened tendon or
Yeah,
something.
I
it
didn't
breaks
see.
his arm or does something
Yeah.
bad to his arm, and then it becomes
Yeah, yeah,
an
yeah.
amazing pitch, and then later he gets it fixed.
And of course,
and-
was it like a divorced parents or something?
yeah, it's some
Yeah.
Disneyified bullcrap. That's what it was.
Yeah.
If I remember right. All right.
All right. Show me. I did it for the rookie. The rookie. The rookie of the year. Number 9.
All for the rookie.
Oh.
Wow.
And
I run this board.
that does lock up the game. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Mathematically, you have done
Totally,
it.
you
well
have
done.
totally- Yes. It's still 2 answers left.
Now we could
let's see if
say
you can
anything.
sweep this business.
Yeah.
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 I can say anything.
Whatever you
What was
want.
the other one, Brian?
The other one is Angels in the Outfield, which I think they recently brought back to Disney. It's the one with where they're literally seeing angels in the outfield.
Oh yeah, I always conflate that and
Isn't Christopher
Rookie of the
Lloyd
Year.
in that one?
Yep,
Is
Christopher
one of the
Lloyd
ghosts?
is one.
Yeah.
He's the angel. He's the angel.
Well, the angel,
Correct.
like a ghost. It's actually in the title, Angels. Yes.
Wasn't there an angel? Just kidding. Go ahead.
Who played the ghosts in Angels in the Outfield? All right, is that what you're going with?
Let's go
Angels
for
in the
it.
outfield.
All right, show me Angels in the Outfield.
Look
Number
at
7.
Ow.
Holy
Nicely
smokes!
Really don't like that movie. I
Now
know
I'm
I
scared
wasn't
because
the
we've had
intended audience, but I
One
don't like it.
answer.
It's not
We
great.
have no X's. No, neither
I
one
know.
of us. This
Nobody,
could be
right.
a new one. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think
Oh, now
this,
I'm nervous.
This has happened maybe once before that you guys got all the answers without any strikes.
Gosh.
Yeah, what
now,
is
I
even
did
left?
say rookie of the year, but I didn't mention the rookie.
I love the rookie.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
love
that
the
was-
rookie.
Yeah.
Such a great movie. It's based on a true story too. It's really good.
Yep.
I'm going with you. I've got nothing.
Yeah. We're gonna go give us so you can sing the song again, Ibbot.
I did
gonna
it for
go
the
all for
rookie,
the
the
rookie.
rookie, but not the rookie of the year. Show me the rookie.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, tied for 21st place. The rookie.
Oh my gosh.
There's that many?
Yeah. Yeah, there are that many.
Oh man.
America's
If the rookie's
pastime.
not on there. Shit. All right. Let's go with This is not going to happen. All right. John Goodman in like the 90s was in Babe Ruth. What was the movie? Was it called I think it was just called The Babe or
Yeah, The Babe, right?
Or just
Yeah.
Babe
Was it
or
called
something.
Babe?
Isn't there
I think
a
it's called
Babe
Babe.
movie about Babe Ruth?
Oh,
called something?
Babe is the pig. So yeah,
No,
the,
not the Babe, right?
Yeah.
The
There's
Babe.
the Babe.
The Babe.
it has to be
Okay.
The Babe, I think. Yeah. Let's go with that. John Goodman as the Babe.
You remind me of the Babe. Show me the Babe.
Damn it.
I did say it, by the way. I did say it right before the tadpole started saying it. There's that delay
Really?
right there.
Mm.
Yeah, no, the Babe, and not even in the list. Amazingly, nobody said the Babe.
Okay. All right. What else you got? You two.
That's a good question. I
Mis-
haven't really.
Okay.
Whew.
Mr. and
Is there
Mrs.
a
Clear
sequel
the board.
to Bad News Bears.
Mr. What'd you say, Mr. Baseball?
No,
Did
I said
say
you guys
Scott?
are Mr. and Mrs. Baseball. You guys are killing
Oh,
it.
Mr. Baseball though. That was a movie.
Was that a movie?
Mr. Yeah.
It was a movie.
Who was in that? Was it?
Isn't it Belushi? Jim Belushi?
No,
am I thinking of
no. I
something
think
else?
that's another baseball movie. I think you're thinking about.
Oh, okay.
Who was in that one? Mr. Baseball. Went to. Was it Tom Selleck?
Oh, it is Tom Selleck.
Did he go to
yes.
Japan?
Oh,
Tom
yeah.
Selleck goes to Japan.
Goes to
That's
Japan,
it, that's
plays
it.
in
Yeah,
Japan.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Dennis Haysbert.
We were really into those. Let's do something in Japan movies back then
Yes.
because we didn't
Can
understand.
we look at chat?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can. You can totally
yeah,
look
absolutely
at
look at chat.
Yeah.
All right. Didn't even think of this one. Someone brought up basketball.
Oh shit.
Basketball is kind of a cross between the two, right? Yeah.
I unapologetically, unironically love basketball. It's so stupid though. So stupid, but I love it. All right. That your answer?
Entertaining.
Go
What are
for
you
it.
saying?
It
What
was
are you saying?
entertaining.
What's your answer?
Let's go with it. Basketball.
All right. Show me basketball.
Look at that.
Jeez.
All that talk of Trey Parker and Matt Stone earlier, there should have been a little bit of a nudge.
Yeah.
Very good. Basketball number 6. Closing out the board. Final score 45 for Brian and Sabriel, and 10 for Scott.
I'm surprised 42 wasn't on there. Everybody loves that movie.
Oh yeah, 42.
That was number 12 or 15 in the list. Let's talk about what else is in this list. For Love of the Game, number 12. The Naked Gun, really just because of that one scene.
I forgot about. Yeah, where the
Enrico
assassination attempt.
Palazzo. Yes.
Yeah.
Benchwarmers, number 14. 42
that
was number
good.
15. Ken Burns Baseball, number 16.
Never seen it.
The aforementioned Mr. Baseball was number 17. Brewster's Millions, again.
Really?
Yeah, side B story baseball team, number 19. Fever Pitch, number 20. Air Bud, number 21.
Wait, Air Bud was a basketball.
That is a basketball movie.
Yeah,
that's a basketball movie.
Didn't they make one for a bunch of sports?
They probably did.
Yeah, there is a
there is a baseball
baseball
version of Air
golf
Bud, but I
version.
can't remember what it's called. Yeah.
Ball Bud.
And then we get into all the single answers here. Armageddon, because they have to knock the asteroid out of the space park. Bang the Drum Slowly. Big League. Don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, Big League.
Bingo Lung Traveling All Stars and Motor Kings. Don't know what that is. Damn Yankees. That I know. 8 Men Out.
That's a good one.
Everybody Wants Some. Everyone's Hero. I'm Not American, which I'm pretty sure is not a movie title. It's just somebody saying that apparently they apparently don't make release movies outside of the U.S. in baseball or baseball-related movies.
Yeah, if there's one thing I know for sure, American movies never go over outside.
Never
the States.
go overseas.
Never.
Yeah, exactly.
Never.
Major League 2. We really only had one person who said Major League 2. Mr. Wonderful.
Oh yeah. Was that Belushi? I always get those two.
That might have been Belushi, right? And Sarah O'Connor, right? Or Sarah Connor. Anyway, Signs, Space Jam, nope. Taking Care of Business, The Kid from Left Field, The Longest Yard, nope.
Signs.
The Perfect Game.
Did you
The
say
Scout?
Did you say Signs earlier?
Oh, the Scouts.
I did say Signs. Yeah, is there a baseball scene in Signs?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Sorry,
he bats all the water. Remember, that's how he kills the
Oh,
all
right, that's actually pretty funny. Now that you say
That
it,
is pretty funny.
Yeah.
The Scout. Here is the funniest answer, though, right here. The Warriors.
Oh, that is hilarious. Also, bats.
Baseball theme gang.
Yeah,
That's
baseball
awesome.
theme gang.
No Pride of the Yankees on there yet. I guess you'll get to it. If it's
No,
on there.
no mention of it at all. Trouble with the Curve, Undrafted,
Trouble with the
Untouchables,
curve. That sounds
and-
like a man problem.
and the only smart alecky answer I'm going to give credit to right here is whichever one is shortest.
Wow.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
Oh, I love a baseball game.
I do
Or
too.
movie.
Baseball
I don't
movies.
know if I
yeah.
love them, but I certainly know what I'm getting when I get involved with
I
one.
really like them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a fan. You know, there's going to
Anyway.
be inspiring moments, and it's going to be great.
Exactly. Yeah. Why hate something fun? If you don't like baseball, that's fine. But movies are a different breed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
National,
Anyway, congratulations, Sabriel. You get prizes.
Yeah, and here's the cool
Thank
thing,
you.
Sabriel. You'll get those code, or you'll get that code or a set of codes from Brian. But also, because you're a first timer, you're going to get a Frog Pants fun pack, which includes stickers, prints, and other cool stuff in the mail. So you'll get a message from me as well. I'll gather some of that info from you and then send those out to you right away in the mail, and you will be the happy winner of both digital and physical this week. So congratulations. Nicely done.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was fun.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
good
it's
having you.
amazing.
Oh, and you get one of these.
Back
This is
on.
tradition.
Congratulations.
There you go.
Oh, yes.
Fletcher's had his say. Have a great time and enjoy Fargo's awesome winter weather. Warm and balmy.
Oh yeah.
Bye
And
now.
watch out for wood chippers.
Dunaway, just a reminder, this week we're not doing Play Retro on Friday. We're doing it on Sunday because you've got a thing. So just
That's
so
right.
everybody knows, if you tune in for the Play Retro show, it'll be Sunday after Film Sack this week, and we are talking about, oh gosh, I forgot. What are we talking about?
Ghostbusters. So you have an extra 2
Oh, that's
days
right.
to prepare for this week's show. I'm mostly concerned about the Commodore 64 Ghostbusters, which is the one I played, but you probably played on the NES or the Sega Master System. Remember the guy David Crane? Remember he did the Pitfall? Well,
Yep.
guess what? He did a Ghostbusters game,
Yep.
and it was kind of fun.
Yeah, not as memorable as Pitfall, but pretty good. It's
No.
decent.
Yeah.
So we will definitely talk about that. That'll be Sunday. Watch for that being live here at frogpants.tv, and it's up on the schedule so you can watch it. And I think that's it. I would like you to kiss our butts. Are you willing to do that?
Oh, you.
There he goes.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best no use ever.
That was pretty good. All right, we have time for one news story, and that'll go a
Yay,
little
let's
like
hope
this.
so.
Time for the news, brought to you by.
Sure. Catch Tonda as he tackles his retro addictions at twitch.tv/Tondagasa. TONDAGOSSA. Want to see someone play Lunacy for the Sega Saturn? Well, here's your chance.
Yep, he's the only other person as retro as Dunaway is.
That's
that
great.
dude.
Oh, got to hang out with him, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Love having
We
him
had
around.
Hondo and Tonda at the Southeast meetup.
That's
Hondo
a
and
buddy.
Tonda.
That's a buddy cop movie I want to see.
It is. We should have put them in the same room.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Tonda had to share a bathroom with me and Tina, so I'm really sorry about the smells that you had to deal with when you finally walked in there.
Oh, the things Brian does to a bathroom.
Oh, no, it's Tina. Tina
Oh.
purely responsible for those smells.
Brian, it wasn't me this time.
Ryan, please go in the bathroom and pretend it was you.
That's terrible. Oh, that's my, I think, new favorite use of Tina's voice just now. That was really good.
She'll love that.
Oh.
She'll totally love that when she hears this episode.
All-timer. All right. I picked this story because of you, because it has a connection to things you love.
Yes, I'm so glad you did. Yeah.
Man caught with cocaine, meth.
I love cocaine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, meth.
Meth,
Yeah, I
you
love
like
meth.
cocaine, you like meth, but guess what he likes even more than those things? Stolen vintage X-Men comics. In particular, X-Men comics #1,
Yeah.
as vintage as you get with the X-Men.
I wonder if they mean the original, like, Cyclops, Angel, Beast, all that, or if they mean that X-Men one when it was just called X-Men, not Uncanny X-Men, but the one that had the Jim Lee five panel cover that you could put together that had them all.
Right, good question. They just call it Copy of Classic X-Men #1, but I don't know what that means.
I'm looking at a photo. This isn't even that. This is the This is the comic called Classic X-Men with all the Art Adams artwork that reprinted all of the.
there it is. Yeah.
That's maybe worth what, $20?
Yeah.
Maybe I've got that. I don't have it signed, but I absolutely have that comic.
Yeah, even in mint, that's not a big deal. It should have been obvious from the Capital Classic. That should have been the giveaway.
Yeah,
there.
exactly. I mean, who knows? Who knows what they meant by that? But
yeah, good point.
Yeah. They actually really do mean Classic X-Men.
Also, a bunch of baseball or basketball cards. I was hoping it was baseball because we just talked about it. But anyway, officers are cruising the Georgetown neighborhood. This is in Seattle, along Airport Way South near South Hardy Street. They spotted a Hyundai Elantra that appeared to be stolen and was parked nearby. They still make the Elantra, right? Is that a thing? I can go buy that.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like their.
I sure see a lot of them.
It's like their Corolla or whatever, right?
Yeah, their Camry or whatever, right? I guess they don't make the Camry anymore, but it is it's the equivalent of their.
What am I thinking of? It's like we had a Hyundai, but I don't remember what we had. Anyway, wasn't that? Officers then began investigating and found a 53-year-old man sitting in the driver's seat, according to police. The man told officers he borrowed the car from a friend 2 months ago, but the car had been reported stolen less than 24 hours earlier, so he lied. Officers then searched the car and found cocaine, methamphetamine, and fentanyl. Oh, they buried the headline with the fentanyl there.
They really did, yeah.
You don't need much of that. You just need a little pinchy pinch, is what I understand. It says they also found presumably stolen basketball cards and comic books, including a graded and signed copy of Classic X-Men #1. Probably worth a little more if it's signed, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, it's signed by Art Adams. I'm looking at it right now. But in addition to that, there's also Fantastic Four 82, which has the Inhumans on it. I don't know if it's it's definitely an early appearance of the Inhumans. The Amazing Spider-Man #70. These are, the rest of these are all 12-cent comics. That Classic X-Men is like a $1 something or whatever it is. It's
sure.
It's a $1 comic. What else? Daredevil 24, guest starring Kazar. Batman. Wow, that's an early Batman. I don't know what number. I can't see the number on that one. And regular X-Men, like original X-Men, 30, which is an early one.
That's very early.
Why they're focusing on this Classic X-Men, it's really just like, that must be a really valuable one because it says Classic X-Men on
this
it.
website, Como News, is like, well, how do we know which one's the better comic for our story? How about the one with Classic in front of it?
Exactly, yeah.
Lame. It says here, police arrested the man, booked him into King County Jail for investigation of possession of narcotics and intent to sell and possession of a stolen vehicle. They wrote this on their post for the public. They said, quote, if you know who may own the comic books, please reach out to police and reference this case number, and they gave the number. That tells me that they've already asked the owner of the car, which was also stolen, and he said, those aren't my comic books. So somehow this guy's got a stolen car and separately stolen comic books, and then separately all the drugs. He had an afternoon is what I'm getting at.
He did, yes.
What a weird combo of things, though, you know? See, I got my Elantra, I got my Fentanyl, I got my classic comics, X-Men #1, and I got a little meth, and I got some cocaine.
Baseball cards. I mean, yeah, it is really weird. It's, why keep all that stuff in your car?
Very, very odd.
Stolen.
Anyway, good luck, everybody, and if you're missing comics, you know who to call. Ghostbusters.
There you go.
All right, that's going to do it for the news today. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom Merritt will be here. We'll talk some tech. We'll do some recommendals after that. Stay tuned. Before that, a song from Brian. What did you put in the middle today?
Oh, this is good. It's a solo song. I love a good solo song. This is by Pond, and the song is called Solo. What? You're saying...
like the
but
cup?
Is it solo?
Like the cup or playing Warcraft by yourself? Or what do they mean there?
Yes, all of those things. This is actually a band. It's not really one person. Pond is a 5-piece, and their brand new album called Stung is out right now. This is a song from that album, but they are touring North America. And they've released Live at Lodge Room, which is a full concert video chronicling their triumphant U.S. tour stop earlier this year in Los Angeles. These guys are, I think, from Australia. Where are they from? Does it say? It doesn't say.
This is a knife.
All right, well.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. I can tell. I'm scanning through their bio stuff here, and I cannot figure out where they're from. Anyway, the band is called Pond. Here is the song So Low.
Paris in 1922, and the United States ends its entrance for the first women's international track and field meet ever held.
I am justice!
And we're back. Hey, tell me who they were one more time.
Yeah, that's the band Pond from their most recent release called Stung. That's the song So Low. If you like them, check out their the full-length video live from the lounge room or lodge room, which chronicles their amazing American tour.
Very cool. Check them out today. All right, Tom's coming. He's coming in hot. Here we go, right here.
We want Tom!
Tom Merritt joining us, as he does each and every Wednesday that he's able, anyway, to talk to us about various things happening in the world, around us, near us, mostly in the tech sense. And so we're going to do that today. Tom Merritt, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I am on the wrong camera. How are you?
I'm pretty good. You're definitely on the wrong camera. Hey, while you fiddle with that, let me give you a text someone sent about you. Can I read that to you real quick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, here it is. Text for Tom. This did not have a name on it, so we can't really, point fingers.
Uh-oh. Anonymous. Great.
They're my favorite. It says, last Wednesday when Tom came on TMS, he sang 2 lines of the Who song, of a Who song, or of The Who song. It is still stuck in my head this morning. Do you remember what that was? He didn't elaborate, but what Who song would you have referenced last Wednesday?
No, I've got Shatner's disease. I don't remember anything I say.
Oh, Shatner's disease. That could be so many things, but in this case, it's can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember either. I was going to go back and check, and I thought, well, maybe Tom will remember, and we'll just find out on the show.
Maybe someone in chat remembers.
Yeah, someone might.
Yeah.
If you guys do.
I sort of vaguely remember singing something. I'll take it as read that it's a Who song. But
we won't get fooled again.
No.
Next time we won't let this happen.
Here's
my
Shatner's,
brain is a teenage wasteland.
Here's Shatner's response to what you said.
Oh, Jesus.
That's him in the space thing. Anyway, Tom, it's good to have you
that
here.
was him at church.
We're going. Yeah, he goes to church. He's a church-going guy. We're going to get into the tech talk today because that's what we do on a Wednesday before all ahead of the Daily Tech News Show today at 2 p.m. And what's going on? What's brewing, percolating?
Well, the big news is this like legal dispute between Qualcomm and ARM, which we'll talk about on DTNS today, I'm sure. But did you see Mark Gurman's little nugget? Actually, no, it's not Gurman in this case. It's 9 to 5 Mac. 9 to 5 Mac's little nugget that Apple seems to be creating a game app for iOS.
A game app.
So would be like a game app store separate from the App Store.
Interesting. Okay.
And integrate with Game Center. Right now, I mean, they're still developing it, so it wouldn't come until the next operating system, iOS 19, if it ends up being true at all. But according to 9 to 5 Mac sources, it would have a Play Now tab, a tab for your games, your friends, some editorial content, recommendations, and then challenges, leaderboards, achievements from Game Center would go in there as well. Special gaming events, and some kind of integration with FaceTime and iMessage so that you could chat while you're gaming on your phone.
Oh, interesting.
Or your iPad, I guess.
I'll bet that includes some kind of streaming plans, if I'm to guess, like YouTube, not YouTube, but like TikTok. Vertical streaming in phone games is actually a thing now.
Yeah.
I could see
definitely
that, integrate that, but they don't say anything about that in the rumor, I guess. I was reading about this. You know what this sounds like to me? This sounds like they're saying, okay, we have Apple Arcade, and it's sort of separate and over there. And then we have the App Store, which is just chock full of everything and games. And it's all just, and there's free to play all mixed in with premium, with ones where you can unlock premium, and they're all different. It's confusing as hell these days. Like, it's not great. So this sounds like less of a, we're going to make a game store, and more of a, we need to organize this to be its own thing. That's what it sounds like to me.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that to me too. Because if you go to the App Store, you will know that it is kind of overrun with games. Like they sort of shoehorn games outside of the rest of the App Store so that you can find other apps. And it does feel like games is big enough that it could deserve its own app. And then you could do some fun things like this rumor is talking about, or this leak. It's not a rumor so much as a leak. So yeah, I think this would make sense. I know Gizmodo was trying to pitch it as like Apple sticks a thumb in Epic's eye. You gonna have your own app store? Well, we'll have our own game app store. And I'm not sure that Apple cares in that way, and that's why this does feel more like it just has too much gaming content in the App Store, and it thought, oh, well, we can consolidate a bunch of stuff if we moved it into its own thing.
Yeah. Plus, curation is a thing. And their curation early in the App Store days worked pretty well because, again, you didn't have the scale problem. You didn't have the volume problem. But now you have so much stuff. And like to everybody who always said, oh, they're so restrictive about content, the kind of games that can get, and they have rules in this. I don't think the rules are all that stringent because there is some garbage in there. There's tons of crap in the App Store. And it's hard to know what's good or what isn't good. I would love a more clear, these are the top 10 premium sellers. These are the top 10 free-to-play games. Like Steam does. Basically, I'm asking for a Steam-type curation in an app store like this makes a lot of sense for gaming. So I think
it also fits in with Apple's pivot to services, right? Which is in slow motion. So a lot of people forget. I still regularly hear people say, "Well, Apple's business is built on selling hardware," and it hasn't been that for a long time. It has to keep selling the hardware while it makes the pivot, but Apple's future business is built on services. And they're very clear about that when you talk to them about it. So this is another step towards that of like, let's give you a very good game service. Let's give you a really good reason to subscribe to Apple Arcade or take advantage of Apple Arcade if you have one of the bundled subscriptions, to give you a really robust gaming service. And knowing Apple, it'll probably be pretty decent. That curation thing can combine with Apple Intelligence and say like, hey, we know what the great games are, and we also have an algorithm that can tell what kind of games you like, so we can tailor the recommendations better.
Yeah, and I could see a future for this where they're also showcasing premium games that usually you associate with desktop. So, last year they were showing off.
Yeah, because there's
Go ahead.
Right. The porting, right?
Yeah. Like when they put was it? Well, I guess it got delayed, so now it's all a bit weird. But Ubisoft and the new Assassin's Creed was supposed to be out this fall, like right around now, and it got delayed. but it was supposed to come. They were making a big deal about, the iPad Pro M4 is going to run that natively. It's going to be beautiful and this sort of thing. I could see those kinds of gaming experiences showing up in their own column. Obviously, this would also be Mac, Apple TV, other devices, so they would want to service all of those things with a unified store. I think it's a smart idea. Like it's easy to scoff at mobile games. I do it all the time, but this is this is just something I think is just needed. I don't even think it's like a forward-thinking profit center idea.
It's not innovative. It's just
we just need
it. It's needed.
It's just vative.
Yeah, it's just vative.
Just vative. Yeah.
I need more inno.
There's
less
no
vative.
innovation. Just plain vation.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. Do we have a date or any kind of idea on when we might see beta?
No, this is just sources inside Apple reportedly telling 9 to 5 Mac, blah, 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 blah. So it does seem like it's the kind of thing you might see at WWDC in June, potentially. It feels like it's far enough along that might be the case.
Yeah, and very developer-centric, so that would be a great place to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Well, we'll see what happens there. Later today on the Daily Tech News Show, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about, including a conversation you and I have had on that show and here a couple of times about how Netflix does this weird. They got their fingers in gaming cookie jars, but it's not always clear what their plan is. Sometimes it's a little.
It's like AI fingers.
A little bit.
We don't know how many they have.
Yeah, we don't know how many fingers. You got to look real close to see how many fingers they put in there.
Yeah.
But we've always had this feeling of like they're going to slow boat this until they find out what's right for them. They're not in a hurry because they don't need to be. Well, they had a big thing happen, and we're going to talk about it today. They dumped their only 2-year-old AAA studio they started just 2 years into it with no games to show or anything. And I have all kinds of theories on it. We're going to get
Who
dig
do they
deeper
think
into
they
that.
are? Google?
Yeah, what the hell? The new Google is Netflix. Oh, no. They sure cancel a lot of shows. But anyway, we're going to talk more about that. And, of course, the full lineup of great tech stories on today's show. Can't wait for it. Tom, anything else going on that you'd like to mention today?
Now has never been a better. There has never been. Now is the great time, but there has never been a better time for me to shut up and you to subscribe to the Daily Tech Newsletter. The old Tech Tom newsletter has become the Daily Tech Newsletter at dtns.substack.com. Free tech newsletter will get you there as well. You get a free episode on Thursdays and a update on what's been happening on DTNS on Saturdays. And if you upgrade to the paid subscription, you get the episodes Monday through Friday. And by episodes, I mean I read the newsletter to folks. So I write the newsletter, but then I read it to you. So if you're like, I want something a little shorter and all Tom, there you go. You get it at dtns.substack.com.
Very nice. Go check that out, everybody, and tune in today. Daily Tech News Show happens at what time? 2 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time.
2 Mountain.
You know, you'd think I'd have it all figured out by now, but takes a little bit of work. Tom Merritt, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you a little bit later.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye now. All right. Brian, we've come to that part of the show where we want to watch shit on TV. All right?
Yeah.
My understanding is Nicole will be our only attendee today. Randy has a big meeting this morning. Can't think of anyone's names all of a sudden for no good reason.
Yes.
We wish him well in his meeting. No one likes meetings. But
no, this could have been an email, really.
Yeah.
Could have been a doozy of an email.
Yeah. We'll find out later if it could have been, I guess, from him. But we're going to get Nicole in here and do this right here if I can play the damn thing. Where is it? Oh, my gosh, I'm on the wrong tab. That would be why I can't see it. Here we go.
Well, what do you recommend?
And joining us now, Nicole Spagnolo from the Wood Whisperer headquarters in Missouri.
Yes.
Hi.
I am in the shop. Yep.
Oh, you're in the shop
I'm
right
here.
now, are you?
WWHQ.
I want to hear Mark.
I'm in the
I
shop.
want to hear Mark yell something by accident or whatever. You know, I like that from him.
He's not too far.
Can I say that you guys? So I saw your pictures of your Bob's Burgers Halloween stuff.
Oh yeah.
Mark is the best Bob I've ever seen.
He really does have the look
You're
too,
the
like
best Bob he's ever seen.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. Like Gene too. Like also Mateo is Gene.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Dead on. But Mark is Bob. Like it's
quiet
he's.
disdain.
Oh my
That
gosh.
look from Mark is.
He never really enjoys when I make him dress up.
Well, neither would Bob.
Then it's a genuine look. That's great.
Yeah, Bob would hate it too. So
I
nice
am
job.
Linda.
Yeah. Well done. That looked awesome.
so fun.
You're here as usual to talk about streaming stuff. We're going to do some recommendations. We're going to start with Brian, and these are things from streaming services we have seen and think maybe you guys might like too. Sometimes we warn you against stuff. Sometimes we do both because it's good in some ways, and we just warn you that maybe it has a little violence or it has this or whatever. So we're going to find out from Brian what he picked this week. Brian, what do you got?
Wow, that is actually even the case with this one. You're going to think, if you're not familiar, you might think that this is you're listening to a game show. Well, you're not. Here's my clip.
Bachelor number 1. Einstein said that sitting on a hot stove for a minute feels like an hour, but sitting next to a nice girl for an hour feels like a minute. That was his theory of special relativity. What's yours?
What?
I'll come back to you on that.
Wait, hold on. Was that
Bachelor
the
number
actual
2?
question?
When you invite a girl out for dinner, what do you expect in return?
Are these a scripted question? Since I'm spending an arm and a leg on dinner, I'd
like to think that she could at least provide the dessert.
Oh, and what would you order for dessert?
Oh, you know,
No, I don't. Tell me.
something hot.
Like cherries flambé?
Yeah, with lots of whipped cream.
Sorry, I'm on a diet. Bachelor number 1, how's that theory of special relativity coming along? Groovy, keep at it. Bachelor number 3, what's the difference between a boy and a man?
A boy thinks that buying a woman dinner means she owes him something.
Okay, and what does a man think?
Well, for starters, he knows better than to start talking about dessert before he's made it through dinner.
I have no idea what this is. I do because you said the name, but I don't know what this is.
And this clip is, I don't want to say it's misleading, but it is the crux of this film. And the film is called Woman of the Hour. And this is a crime thriller that came out last year. I don't know if this got released in theaters. It feels like it just went straight to Netflix for me, but premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival September of last year and then released by Netflix this last weekend. This is the based on a true story about a serial killer that went on the dating game. And 1978, I believe, you've got this aspiring actress, Cheryl, played by Anna Kendrick, who is also your director of this film, making her directorial debut. She goes on the dating game, and Bachelor number 3 turns out to be the serial killer. And he's very well spoken, as they tend to portray serial killers in movies as being very well spoken. And basically stuff happens, and I'm not going to say what those things are. Now, this is I'm going to do that warning here because there is violence against women in this film. It's shown off screen, but it's still pretty shocking or pretty shocking is probably the best word. It's not a gory film, but it is
sometimes worse when it's off screen, right?
Sometimes worse. Yeah, sometimes worse. Actually, yeah, and BioCal's right. Some of it is on screen. Some of it's in the far distance. You're seeing stuff, but you also you get a lot of setup with this character, this Rodney Alcala, who is the real life serial killer that did this, before you even get to the dating game stuff. It's pretty severe. Oh, that's right. Preston reminds me there is some on-screen choking. Yeah, there's this guy is a strangler. That's his MO, is he strangles women.
You know what's weird about this cast? There's so many comedians in this. It will confuse
Tony
you.
Hale is your game show host. Is your not Art Fleming? I can't remember who the host of the dating game was.
His character in this is just Ed, but I don't know if that's short for the real guy or not. Like if
I can't remember. Yeah. But Daniel Zavato is your serial killer dude, and he's been in a bunch of horror stuff. It Follows and Don't Breathe and Beneath. So he's done a lot of horror stuff. He's got the look for it, the right look for it.
He's in that Station 11 thing we love with.
Yes, it's one of the non-horror things that he's actually done.
He's quite good in that. I really liked him in it. It's great.
He is, yeah. But anyway, it is. It's fascinating, and the fact that it's based on true story. You wonder how much of it has been sensationalized or kind of exaggerated or glorified for the movie version. But even again, the fact that you can go on YouTube and see clips of this episode of The Dating Game where this woman is interviewing, bachelor number 3, and he's a serial killer.
She really talked to them like that?
Well, that I don't
very
know.
Quick. It was very quick. It seemed like she was the killer.
Right?
Yeah, I honestly I had the same exact feeling of like, is she the serial killer?
And I don't think so, because that is a big plot point, is that Anna Kendrick's character, doesn't want to do this game show. She's got dreams of doing better things in acting, and then her agent puts her on this game show, and then she starts, without giving too much away, she starts reading the questions that they give her, and it's like, if you were an actor, do your best impersonation of a teacher that is asking me to stay after class, and that sort of thing. And then during a break, she decides that she's going to kind of take control and ask the questions that she wants to ask. And so I haven't watched the full clips of the questions from the actual episode of The Dating Game, but I'm pretty sure that was.
It just made me think it was going to be like one of the kind of like what was it, Hard Candy?
Yeah.
Like where you think one thing is happening and then something else is happening. There was another movie where she was kind of in a very submissive position, but she was actually in control of the whole thing.
Anna Kendrick or a different actress?
No, a different actress. And I'm pretty sure, Brian, you recommended the movie. I haven't had a chance.
Yes. Is that Promising Young Woman? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. You did talk about that one. I forgot about that.
Carey Mulligan. Oh my God, that movie is so good.
Who's Pete Holmes in this? Because that's another comedian who I would not expect to be in a movie about serial killers.
Let me see. He might be one of the.
It says Terry,
he might be one of the other. Yeah, Terry. Oh, he is a neighbor, another aspiring actor, and he's a neighbor of Anna Kendrick's.
Does he
character.
Plays that pretty straight, or is he kind of
pretty straight? Yeah, kind of this snobbish. Also aspiring actor who tends to get roles only because he's a guy, which frustrates the crap out of Cheryl.
Yeah. It's just wild to me. I mean, I always have felt like comedic actors are great dramatic actors, so that's not really a surprise. But it's just so many of them in here. It's crazy.
It's funny that there are, now that you say that. Yeah. Wow.
I love this. Bachelor number 2's actor's name is Jedediah Goodacre.
Goodacre. Yeah.
What a name, dude. That's amazing.
He's the one who plays that really smarmy, like, something hot with a lot of whipped cream.
What a douche.
He's a real total douchebag. And he's actually the one in real life that talked during a break with the Bachelor number 3 and said, oh yeah, this guy's really creepy. Watch out for him. Kind of thing.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. This serial killer, the real life serial killer, they were only able to tie him to like 5 or 6 murders, but they think that he actually had victims in the 130s.
Jeez, that's massive.
Yeah. It is massive.
That if that was, I mean, obviously they haven't been able to prove it, but if it was provable, that puts him in the category of like your worst, your
Gacy's and your Bundys.
Bundys, that's bad.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds
anyway,
good, though.
it's called, one more time, it's called Woman of the Hour. It's on Netflix. It's very, very good. But just be aware that some scenes are going to be hard to watch with the violence. So
kind of want to see this.
You should. You absolutely should. It's so well. I think it's really well edited because of what you get surrounding this dating game episode, all of the stuff that you get before and after it.
Sure.
The setup and everything.
He's still around, isn't he? This guy. Let's see.
The
real life.
I think I thought he died in prison. Is he still alive?
Let's see. It says there's a picture of him. When was this taken?
Yeah, he died in 2021.
It shows a photo from February. You know what? This Forbes article might be older. But anyways, a photo of him in 2022 at some parole hearing or something.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. He, I think one of the characters from this movie actually showed up to his parole hearing and basically put the final nail in his coffin about not getting out.
Yeah. Don't let that guy go. He sucks.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Woman of the Hour. Another. This I'm gonna ask you. So the one about the horror movie with Das Malchain, whatever, doing the
yes,
called
the 70s one, Late Night with the Devil.
Does this do a
Very
good job
similar,
of capturing that like look and vibe and all that?
It 100% does.
Good.
Yes,
I like that.
Especially in the TV stuff. My God, that feels so. It feels so shag carpeting. It hurts, man. That whole middle bit, man.
Her hair's a little too normal, but everyone else looks perfect. But she's got nice. She has like modern hair. Kind of weird.
She does.
Not that it matters.
Since you brought up the 80s, have you heard of a band called The Midnight?
The Midnight.
So I listen to Halloween mixes all the time around Halloween. I usually listen to iRadios, but I moved over to Amazon Music's, and they introduced me to a band called The Midnight. They are a current band that sounds like they belong in the 80s.
Oh,
really? They sound like an episode of Stranger Things.
Yeah, synthwave.
That's all I can tell you.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
My God.
Says they're in Atlanta.
Love their album covers are very.
But I'll send you a couple songs.
Somebody sent me this. Sorry, someone in our community is yelling at me right now because they actually sent me this and said you should like this. I forgot that they were called The Midnight, but yeah, they're all synth wavy and very cool. They're good.
Oh,
nice.
I absolutely love. There's a couple of songs in particular that every time I listen to them, Deal with the Devil. And that's why I think I thought of it. It's called Devil. Yeah, something like that. Devil on Your Shoulder or something. Anyway, it made me think of it. And I am so surprised I had never heard of them before, but check them out.
This feels right up my alley, so I will check them out after the show.
Yeah,
really
I love
cool.
these guys. A lot of synthwave now is no vocals, but these guys have singers, which is cool, or a singer.
Oh, it's Devil Make a Deal. So that's the song. That's the song you want to listen to.
All right. I'm in.
I like that they have song titles like Days of Thunder and Lost Boy.
Yeah.
But they're not.
They also have one. They have one called Time Cop 1983.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is a weird one.
This is like like Devil Make a Deal was released in 2020.
Yeah.
So they're. I love it.
I'm in.
Oh my God! Did they
in.
do a cover of "Because the Night"? Ooh,
yes,
looks like
they do. It's really
sweet.
good.
All
it's
right.
really, really good.
Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, there's that. So check it out. Woman of the Hour, available on Netflix. Probably in perpetuity because it's a Netflix original. So.
Probably, yeah.
Although you never know these.
But
days.
it's hard. But it's spooky season. Watch it. Watch it this month for
Sure.
a really good scare.
Let's move on to Nicole. Nicole, I got a clip here for yours, and I'll.
Yes,
I'll
I
let
have
you
something
set it up.
scary to share too.
Oh, good.
Different kind of scary though. Tell us
The
about
real
it.
scary. Yeah.
It's a real scary.
All right. You want me to play the clip, and then we'll talk about it?
Yeah. Go for it.
Here we go.
She had been carrying on what she believed was a, internet-based relationship with Tegan for 2 years. And as I asked, what types of information and things had been shared, there were 3 things I'll never forget. She told me. She told me that she had a song called "Gotta Help Yourself," which was a demo Tegan had written a few months ago. And this was an era where demos were kept under, lock and key very carefully. And so a leak of a demo was a really big deal to us. And then she told me she had Tegan and Sarah's passports, that fake Tegan had shared passport scans, and when I saw them, they were the real thing. And that, of course, completely haunted us because obviously a passport scan can be the beginning of identity theft. And then possibly the most alarming thing from a personal standpoint was that she knew that Tegan and Sarah's mom, Sonia, had breast cancer.
That's wild. I assume this is the Tegan and Sarah documentary. Tell us more.
Yes. So this is called what's the main title of it? I told you in the chat.
Fanatical.
Fanatical. It's the catfishing story. Everybody in the catfishing story, catfishing doc.
Yeah.
Of Tegan and Sarah. So I had never heard of Tegan and Sarah. So when it came across I think it's on Hulu, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it came through, I'm like, who is Tegan and Sarah? And then I listened, and their most famous song for me is Walking with the Ghost, which is, of course, on my current Halloween play mix.
Oh, I would have thought for sure it was the Everything is Awesome from the Lego movie. Would have been.
Did they do that too?
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
I didn't know that was
Walking
them.
with a Ghost.
I had no idea. I thought Everything was Awesome was what's his name from the.
He's on there as well, vocal wise. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Interesting.
That's great. I love those guys.
So I knew their music. I didn't know the band. So as I kind of went into this documentary, I was just kind of curious, and I start watching it. I'm like, oh, they're a pretty well known band, and they started, I think, in the '90s, and they kind of go through their evolution as a band. They're sisters, living in Seattle, right? I think.
That's right. Yeah.
But
Twin sisters.
so
Identical twin sisters.
what really caught me is that this has been going on for over 15 years. So what you heard was kind of their first indication that someone was being Tegan, which they end up calling Fegan, fake Tegan. So throughout the documentary, Fegan.
Yeah.
I will tell you that it's a hard documentary to watch because I want a payoff at the end, and there's really no payoff at the end. This is just a woman desperate to kind of get control of her life again, and she even says at the beginning, everything in my body says don't do this documentary, because you're feeding into it. And it's just kind of, with how open people are, and especially for her, she started in the early days of MySpace and connecting with the fans. And what this documentary really highlights is how fandom can be so toxic. And I think that's, in the end, yes, I would love to know who Fegan is, but really the message is, we're people, as much as you think you know me, you don't know me. So
even though they don't reveal who the person is that's doing the catfishing in the documentary, did they catch this person though? Like, did they?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
it's still going on.
Wow.
So what is really kind of heartbreaking to watch is all of the catfishing that happened to other fans by Fegan. So, and like creating relationships and people really hurting, and the real Tegan, taking responsibility, and just, it is not her responsibility, but she's really kind, and she's like, I'm a victim in this too. I know you're a victim. And it's really, you get a sense that she's trying to heal from it all and trying to help the victims of it heal from it too. So
interesting. So when you say there's no payoff, I don't need documentaries necessarily to have a payoff, but
I just want to know who it is.
Is that and do they, sometimes that's frustrating, isn't it? That feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But my hope is, and they even say in the credits, they have a few new leads. And I'm wondering if anything happens because of the documentary too. Oof.
Today I learned that Tegan and Sarah are from Canada. I think they're in Seattle now, but they're Canadian. And then I also learned that, I'm sure Brian knew this, the writers of that song are not, they didn't write it. It's a bunch of three other people, but the Lonely Island guys. Who?
Yeah. Lonely Island guys, isn't it, that wrote it?
They didn't write it. They just performed it with her. And then, because they're the male voice in it. And then Mark Mothersbaugh is the producer.
Yeah.
That guy just...
Devo's Mothersbaugh.
He's just everywhere all the time, that guy. Just making shit.
I started listening to them, I think it was the Heartthrob album, because I'm a big fan of the producer, Greg Kurstin, who's the bee and the bird and the bee. So everything he does now, I seek out, whether it's a Pink album or a Lily Allen album or whatever. Like everything that he produces just really connects with me. And so I picked up their albums like, oh my God, I love this. And that's what made me kind of go back and hear their older stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Writers are people I've never heard of. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Nicole.
Dr. Calhoun in the chat says in interviews they say they know, but they didn't want to name the person. I haven't seen any recent interviews. So
Well, there may be ongoing litigation. They can't talk about it or something yet.
Yeah.
Also, it leaves things open for a follow-up documentary. So
oof is what I
oof.
But it's still a satisfying documentary, right? Even if you're not getting a resolution, that aspect of it. Okay.
It's an interesting look at fandom and how, especially if you're an early fan, how as that band or group or whoever rises, how they feel like they kind of get left behind. So I'll never forget when it was when I was living in San Diego. I went to a concert to go see Tedeschi. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Susan. Is it Susan Tedeschi?
Tedeschi. Yes, it is. Yep.
Tedeschi. Nika. No, it was Nika Costa.
Oh, okay.
So I love her. And it was not even her opener. It was the opener for the opener, and it was Maroon 5.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Weird.
So I saw them, and I was like, oh my God, I love this band. And I got to be part of their street team. I was like boots on the ground for them, telling people like they were a very small band. And as they kind of rose in popularity, they kind of, the barrier to the band gets bigger. So you can't email them and you can't. So that's kind of what it kind of dives into, is you see their star rising and some of the fans do feel like they're abandoned, but it's like when you grow like that, it's hard, so I know, boo-hoo, famous people, but
no, you were almost,
but that's part of the toxic
fandom.
Yeah,
you were almost a roadie. You were like this close to being a roadie. That's pretty cool. Better than a groupie.
I knew Maroon 5 before they
back when, yes, before they were big.
You win the hipster prize today. That's perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's swing over to something that is way less scary. It's a comedy, and I don't usually do these. I'm usually the one bringing the dark business to the show, but for whatever reason,
and a documentary.
Mine's definitely not a documentary either this time. But you're right, I usually do. This is a comedy film that just launched with some hype behind it. I would say, mostly for the cast and the director and some of that. But I'll get to it in a second. But it's going to be a mixed bag for people. Overall, I'm going to recommend it though, and I'll explain why. Here you go.
Some families have a long line of dentists or lawyers. We had a long line of felons.
Shit. All right. Try it your way.
Your dumbass twin gonna do his trick?
Call that again. I'll kick a board up your ass.
From a stepladder, you might.
That is Uncle Crab Cake. The genius drowned a few years later after getting his dick stuck in a pool drain.
Pardon the language.
The handsome fella, that's me.
Got it.
The big ugly one is my twin brother, Moke.
Got it.
Please don't do that, man. It's super frustrating.
All right. That voice you heard narrating was that of Peter Dinklage. And his brother is played by Josh Brolin when they're adults anyway. When they're kids, which was that scene, they're played by two other actors that look weirdly like the older versions of them.
That is perfect casting because I actually thought it was Josh Brolin talking.
Yeah, definitely not him. It is, in that case, it was Dinklage. But they are they're together in this thing in a movie called Brothers, not to be confused with the other one that was
2009 or something. Yeah, that one came up when I was
Will Ferrell or whatever
or
it was.
or the video game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, not Step Brothers. Yeah.
Or no, what am I thinking of? There was another thing called Brothers. Who was in that?
There's a video
Brothers.
game.
Yeah. I remember the game.
Yeah, but there was another movie called Brothers that came up when I was 2009 with let's see here.
I can't remember.
Tobey Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal, Natalie Portman.
Oh, that's the one. Okay, yeah, definitely not that movie. This is
definitely
not that one.
Right?
Yeah.
It was a military.
Sure.
War film. Yes.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie. It was dark though. Anyway, Brothers is not dark. It's directed by Max Barbacow, I think is how you say his name. He is famous for directing everybody's favorite comedy from last year, which was called Palm Springs, which I think you recommended.
I did.
This is a few years ago. That was during the pandemic.
Was that you? Okay, I can't remember who's mentioned that one, but it was 2020.
I think Randy. I think I did, and then Randy did.
Oh yeah, 2020, not last year. I don't know why I thought it was last year.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite uses of the Groundhog Day formula.
So a lot of expectation on that guy's shoulders, I suppose, because that was a big hit. This is written by Ethan Cohen, not Ethan. Eaton, same name, just missing an H, and the E is an A. But anyway, at first I thought it was Ethan Cohen. I'm like, whoa, one of the Coen brothers wrote this, and it wouldn't be that crazy to think so because of the style of the thing. But anyway, this is about two brothers who grow up in a very criminal family, and most of the story is about later in life. Peter Dinklage gets out of jail, and he does it in a sneaky way I won't give away because it's part of the story. But his brother, Josh Brolin, who's moved on to be living a very legit life. He has a wife now. He has a child on the way. He's working. He's not a criminal anymore. He's a little dumb, but he's got a sweetness and kind of a kindness to him. Peter Dinklage is super smart and super skeevy and always like getting him in trouble. It's definitely a comedy. It's very raunchy in the language department. Everything else is fine, but there's a lot of swears in it. But if you're worried about nudity, there's none of that. Emmett Walsh, one of his last films, is in this. It might be his last.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Let's see. Is it his last movie? I'm just gonna check. Yeah, final.
Wow, this Ethan Cohen actually wrote like Idiocracy, or at least co-wrote Idiocracy, Tropic Thunder, Men in Black 3.
Mm-hmm. Been around a while. That guy done some stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, a bunch of other people. Brendan Fraser's in this. That's who you heard in the show earlier when I played this.
I am justice!
All right. He is a psychotic prison guard and the son of Emmett Walsh, who is a judge. He plays Judge Farfel, and Brendan Fraser is just called Farfel. People just call him Farfel. And he steals the movie, kind of. He's psychotic and crazy, and he's very funny. And I thought that Brendan Fraser kind of elevated everything. Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage are good, and Josh Brolin in a rare comedic role. He doesn't do this very often, and he's very funny in it. I think Dinklage is great. I always think he's great. Glenn Close plays their mom, at least later in life. There's a younger lady for early, but then later we have Glenn Close playing this mother who is also kind of a psycho. And the whole thing is just like kind of a big heist story about escaping from prison, not going back, burying evidence, finding some jewels. Like there's a whole bunch of like tropes in there. Here's why I say it's not for everybody. There are parts of this movie that work really well and make you laugh really hard. There are parts of this movie where you went, oh, really? That's cheesy, dumb. That's a dumb idea and not that funny. So there are points like that really sour the moment. But the overall experience, I had a good time with. Ultimately, there's a nice message about family. Even if you're a very goofed up family, you're still family. And what does that mean? There's a whole karaoke sequence that just kind of hammers some of that home. And Glenn Close is amazing as their mom. And everybody's a great actor in this. Nobody's phoning it in. Everybody's killing it. It's just going to be a mixed bag in terms of whether you found it to be a great comedy film or a good comedy film with some mistakes. And that's where I landed. I think it's recommendable, though. And even if you just want to see Brendan Fraser freaking chew up the scenery, he's so funny.
For the right kind of audience, anyway.
Yeah. And he's all like heavy in this. Brendan Fraser put on weight for this role. He was in a fat suit for the other one, The Whale. But this one, it's his fat, and it really adds to it. It really makes that character something. I don't know how things are going with him, but he definitely is very imposing, and I laughed my head off. So there are parts of it, like I said, you're going to laugh and have a good time. There are parts of it where you're just going to go, oh, they could have ended that better, or that was not the best joke there. And I don't mean offensive. I mean just not executed all that well.
Low-hanging fruit kind of joke. Like, I probably could have come up with something funnier.
Yeah, a little MacGuffin-y at the end, that kind of thing. But the overall of this thing is just a bunch of great actors having a good time, and I enjoyed it. So go check it out. It's called Brothers. Cool. It is available on, I don't think I said Prime. It's a Prime original, and is available there now if you are a Prime subscriber. That's going to do it for us. Nicole, anything happening in the wood of whispering or whispering of wood that we should know about before we let you go?
We started. Oh, did I say made new shirts? I made new shirts.
No.
Oreo.
Let's see them. Do you have pictures or anything, or any kind of a link I can send people to?
Yeah. If you go to twwstore.com, you'll see I made like three different Oreo shirts. The cat has taken over the shop.
Yeah.
So.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of Oreo.
The kids love them too, so I have kid sizes.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Also love the shot of Mateo wearing the shirt.
That's great.
Well, that's in the old. That's in the old place, isn't it?
No. That's the new place.
That's the new place. Wow.
Yeah, look at these. These are awesome. I love these logo ones, these circular ones you got here. The logo shirts.
Yeah,
really good.
I'll get you a shirt. You want a shirt?
Yeah, send me a shirt. I'm skinnier now. I need XL, not XXL. I used to be.
I have XL.
Well, this is great.
Brian, do you still do your shirts, Brian?
I do. Yeah. I'm way behind. I need to do a new Coverville one. Got one drawn by Matthew Sargent that is that I need to put up in the shop. That's really cool.
I should have reached out to him to get some new designs.
He's so good, dude. Yeah. That guy's insanely good.
Huge talent. Yeah.
Well, there you go, Nicole. I want you to have a great week. Okay, that's
you
the
too.
rule. Have a fantastic one. We'll see you before Halloween. Bye now. All right, we did it.
Cool.
We pulled it off once again, everybody. That's the
we
end
did.
Of
Amazingly
show.
enough, they said we couldn't. We did it against all odds.
Yeah, take that, naysayers. Take that. We're gonna finish it up though, and tell people, or remind them anyway, that if you're looking for anything related to the show, it's all at frogpants.com/TMS. Ways to contact us, request songs, all that stuff. A link to quicktms.li where these movies today that we talked about will be. And please do. We'd love that. I think that'll do it for us. Brian, anything else you got, or should we just go right to the song?
Let's just go right to the song. I've got, pretty soon should have some materials to be able to record a video about the assembly of this this game machine. So I'm hoping to get that in the next couple days and then work on it over the weekend. Build this thing and make a video of it. Nice. But no new content to tell you about just yet.
I will wait with bated breath, as they say. I'm excited.
Yes, please do. Fabian the Farmer wrote in and said, Scott and Brian, ! I will make you play a country song. Sorry. It's my birthday on the 20th, and I've always wanted to request a song, but never got around to it. It was secretly my goal to get Brian to play a country song since I know he's not a huge country fan. If you don't want to play either of these, could you do a post-punk cover of Ain't Living, blah, 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 blah. In spite of ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Love the show, though. There we go. No reason to read any of that because I am going to play this country song, one of the two that he recommended, because it's pretty damn good. I actually ended up buying both of them because, listen, they're covers. They're really good country covers, and I'm happy to share this with folks.
Sweet.
This one is the Devo song "Beautiful World," covered here by J.P. Harris. Comes from the 2024 album "J.P. Harris is a Trash Fire."
Oh my Lord, that's a self examination.
That's
if
a
I've ever heard
fantastic album title. Yeah, exactly. I'll listen to anything from an album called that.
Wow.
Again, it's a cover of the Devo song "Beautiful World." Here is J.P. Harris.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
I do like that, Nicole.
Yeah.
That's the I could